Hey, it's David back from BreezeFlippers, back in the shipping room. Yeah, the laundry room, I know. But it's where I work and it's where we're set up. But I usually have stuff prepared, but today I'm going raw. We're gonna shoot it straight from the hip because I've been really busy today. Been really busy this whole weekend. We've had a great day yesterday of picking. I could talk a few minutes about that. Picking on a private pick. We didn't have a good job at garage sales. Garage sales were horrid. I picked up 2 things for $1 and that was about it. But we've had some big sales this weekend. But I did do a private pick yesterday with Mike the Death Pile Picker. I'm hoping to have some video, but my camera I think died in the middle of it because it was long and I didn't realize my battery was that low. But we have some fun and we've just been busy today. So a lot of things going on, trying to get stuff ready. We've got some more auctions coming up. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on, how things are going, and we'll talk about some good sales this weekend. So let's get into it. Like I said, good weekend of sales, not going to complain. Our numbers are good. We'll talk a little bit about that and talk a little bit about some of the other numbers that we've had with our Dibdit sales. I want to tell you how it went for the past 2 weeks. I'm very happy with it. Matter of fact, we've got 2 more planned for this week. So we're going to do some video games this week and then maybe mix in some media and some other stuff. I've got a bunch of toys that we're going to do and some of the stuff that I actually picked up yesterday at a private pick, and we'll talk a little bit about that too. But let's look at sales real quick and see what we got. First of all, we've done pretty good this week. This weekend from Friday, we've had $426 in sales. Overall this week, one of our better weeks. Definitely can't complain. I think we're a little over $800, and if things go like normal, we'll get some more sales sometime tonight because California sales come in late a lot of times. So it's not a bad week, not going to complain at all. So the first thing we did sell though was this Call of Duty Ghost game. This is actually a 4-game set for PS3, and you can kind of see it's just a basic PS3 games, and I didn't get a lot for it, but again, I'm so far into the profit on these that I bought so many that one time that it just really hasn't, I made my money back and some. So this is actually some of the stuff that we're going to be selling on Dibdit this week on one of the auctions. But we did get $11.99, and I believe this will be either $5.99 or $6.99 shipping usually. But not bad. It's Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I think there was one other one on there, Modern Warfare 3, I believe. So anyway, that's going out. Good sale there. Here's an interesting one. It's been in our shop for a while. I think we picked this up. I want to say we picked it up at the bins. I know it was at the bins. It had to be at the bins because we didn't test it when we got it, obviously. But this is a vintage 1999 Disney Mattel Walk-in Wag Pluto. He's cute. I got him in a bag because we always try to protect him when they're in there. But he has a little controller. Now, he will bark and wag his tail and move his head, but he will not walk. And that was noted on there. So it took a little while to sell because I think it doesn't work. So obviously somebody's either going to get it because they're nostalgic or they're going to get it because they want to try and fix it. But we did get $11.19 for that, and I am pretty sure we're getting $9.99 shipping on it because it's heavy. The next thing that sold, this is actually something crazy. So these are Ping Zing 2 black dots. This full set, pitching wedge through 9. And I picked these up at a garage sale, I think October and November. I talked about the wedge that I sold earlier this week, and that was part of that whole set. So I picked up an entire set. I paid $60 for it, and I paid $20 for a workouts thing that I sold a while back, the NASA space age workout doohickey thing, whatever it's called. I can't remember now. But I picked all up for $80 and just never got around to listing these. And I listed them just literally last week. The putter or the wedge sold, or the sand wedge sold first night, 24 hours, and these just sold this weekend. And we ended up getting, I probably got it cheap. I honestly probably made it too cheap, but I was trying to price it to sell. I just don't want this stuff sitting around. I got $179.99 for it, and I will get $29.99 shipping. And those are always fun to pack, so that'll take a little while tonight, but hey, I'll take it. It's a good sale. Here's something else that's been in our shop for a while, and I just can't get over how sometimes these things sit. I thought for a while that silverware was going to be like, oh, this is going to be the best thing to sell. Be honest with you, it is good. Now, it's not bad. I mean, this is I think these are Delco Rosewood stainless steel. So it's not a big brand name, and it's a Delco. but somebody needed it and they were willing to pay $5 for it, and we'll get $5.99 shipping. But we also sold another set of silverware, so things just kind of go in pairs, I suppose. These are kind of cute looking. I want to say that these have been in there for about the same amount of time. Yeah, at $15.99 is what we sold these for, and these are Oneida, and I believe they're Northland, Oneida, Baton Rouge. So there's a total of 5 in here. Yeah, 5 stainless steel spoons, and those sold for $15.99, and we'll get $6.99 shipping for those. So I have been looking more and more at silverware every time we go to a garage sale, and I did pick up some more a while back. I just sold some too that we just picked up that was Oneida, and they do sell. So if you take the time and you can look them up and you can do all that, they're easy to find the patterns usually. I mean, you can Google them and you can see the whole thing. You can do a what is it called? Google photo, and you can see everything on there. So I've done that several times, and you know, I'm easy to find them, and it's easy to list, and you just take pictures of them, and voila, you know, they sit. They don't take up a lot of space either, which is nice. So like all tradition here, we always sell a hat, seems like, at least once in every weekend. But the weirdest hats sell. I can never get over the hats that sell. If you look at this one, I have no idea. It's orthopedic specialist at Sunnybrook Medical Plaza. It is a trucker hat, and it is a Speedway, so it may be USA. I don't remember. Nope, this is a Taiwan hat. So it is just a straight trucker hat with foam and everything else. Flat bill. It's nothing special, but they sell, which is what's crazy. I did not buy this hat specifically to sell. When I bought this hat, it was in a group of about probably 150 hats. I just bought the whole bin, you know, so I bought everything that was in there, just assuming that some would be good and some would be bad. And at that time I was listing some crazy ones and different ones. But again, my theory is there is a hat for every head. Somebody's looking for these hats. So if you have space and you find some nice hats that are, I mean, trucker hats that are different, and I think these are just more because people want the kind of that hip-hop look. I guess it's flat bill and all that, who knows, but they will sell. They sat in there for a while, and they did sell. So we ended up getting only $7.99 for that hat, but it's gone and it's good. So this was another one that we picked up just recently. It was probably in early February or January. Matter of fact, it was actually, I tell you by my date, it was February. We picked it up February 18th, and we just listed it. So a little bit before February 18th. So this is a North Star, so Minnesota, vintage, because they're not there anymore. North Star hockey jersey, size large. It wasn't in the store for very long. I think we ended up getting $74.99 for it, and we'll get like $8.99 shipping, but it's in great shape. We only paid $5 for it. So we definitely made our money back on it, and that was a great little flip. The other thing that we sold was, of course, this weekend wouldn't be right if I didn't sell at least one comic. And this is the, excuse me, and it's a long day today, Venom number 10, Ivan Tao Virgin variant. It's a nice looking comic. It's a pretty cool cover. I almost got this one graded, thought about it. I don't remember why I didn't. It's in actually almost perfect shape. So, but it's a good looking comic. Somebody else might get it graded or at least framed or something, but it's a good comic, and we got $9.59 for it, and it'll get $5.99 shipping. So that is what's going out. Like I said, we've done pretty good on it, and not complaining at all, if you'll pardon me. Thirsty today. It's because I almost burned the house down earlier. That's another story. We can talk about that too real quick. We had the bright idea of cooking sliders in the cast iron skillet. Well, here's a little trick for you. Cast iron gets really hot and smokes a lot. So after we got the fire department canceled, we were able to have a good meal. But it's still a little hazy in here. So if it looks hazy, it's because I was in charge of cooking tonight. So usually I'm a good cook, and typically, but it started, just kind of got away from me as far as the smoke goes. I didn't realize it was going to be that smoky. So if you see a haze in here, it's just because it was my turn to cook. But anyway, it was a good weekend. Yesterday, like I said, I went all the way into Pensacola, drove around, hit probably 4 sales. There was just nothing. I mean, just Deadsville. And we had just kind of back to Gulf Breeze and going through, and at one of the sales ran into my friend Mike, Death Pile Picker. I can't talk today, guys. This is crazy. Anyway, ran into him and he said he was going to go to a private pick. So I was like, can I hone in on that? So he was like, yeah, man, yeah. So we went to a private pick around 11:30, and the guy had trailer full of pop figures, video games, you name it, he had it. It was a ton of stuff. We went through that. Took us about 2 hours to go through it. I ended up spending about I ended up spending 160 on all the stuff, and then I bought some additional comic books from him for another 15. And not a bad day of picking. There's some stuff in there that's gonna turn a good profit. There's some stuff that's gonna make a little bit more than what I paid for it. He wasn't just trying to get rid of it. He is a reseller. He's a flea market reseller. So he wanted to make a profit, at least something off of it. You know, he was wanting to get 50% of what they're selling on eBay, but you know, we know that that's hard for us to do as resellers, because we have to have margin in there, because it's not just we're the one handling the risk. So if we're putting on eBay, all the risk is on us, right? So if we can't sell it, or we have to clean it, or we have to fix it, or you know, we get an issue with it, it's just, that's the way it is. So I always try to keep my margins at least 30% or less. I mean, as far as what I'm looking to buy it for. So I don't want to spend, you know, very much at all. If I could find something for $1 and flip it for 20, that's the goal, right? But, you know, but we're going to have to, you know, I think there could be some other opportunities with him. He said he has 2 semi-trailers full, a full warehouse, and another storage area full of toys, collectibles, more comics, more stuff. So we're definitely going to, probably have some more opportunity to buy some stuff, but you know, right now I'm going to try to get through the stuff that I just got. So a lot of the stuff's going to go on Dibdit this week, and I'll talk a few minutes about that too. But the rest of it, there's some good stuff that we're going to put on eBay, and we've already put some in our booth today, because we got a big Sanderson sister pop figure. It was a good one, so we put that in the booth and a few other things. So I think those will do really well over there, because they're, you know, you can price them right, and you can sell stuff out of the booth. The booth's been doing good. We're probably, I don't know, I mean, if several $100s this month in the booth, which is good for us. I mean, it's not, we don't expect to make a, you know, big income out of that. It's just a place for us to move stuff that we don't want to move on eBay. So that's been working really well. And we did make another contact today for some additional sourcing. One of the people that has a booth there, she actually does buyouts for estate sales, and you know, garage sales and house sales. I mean, she does all kinds of buyouts, and she has more stuff than you can even imagine. You know, just an entire warehouse full of stuff, and she's constantly just blowing it out the door for whatever she can get for it, because she doesn't want to keep it. She doesn't want to store it. She just keeps moving it, and she moves a lot. So and she's crazy busy with a lot of different estate sales. So we talked to her today, and I told her what I was looking for, and she's going to look for us. So I'll probably be getting more media, you know, CDs, DVDs, VHS, cassettes, you know, all those different things that have done really well. And probably, you know, games. I told her we're also looking for games, and I'm looking for, you know, figurines and stuff. And she says she has just, you know, barrels full of those things where she just doesn't do anything. She ends up donating half of them or putting them in bags and trying to sell them in bags. But she's like, you know, you can come get for like $10 a tote. And I'm like, absolutely. So just let us know where and when, and we'll come and get it. So we're always kind of looking for new sourcing opportunities. Also met somebody on the booth that right across from us today that we just met for the first time, because we went in and fixed our booth up a little bit today, and they were working on their booth, and they're brand new, just started selling. And she goes, I see you do comics. And I go, yeah. And she said, I've got like 3 bins of comics that I basically inherited or took from my ex-fiance. I'm like, okay. I go, that's an interesting story. He said he's collected it for a long time, and I'm like, I'm interested. And they got baseball cards and all this stuff. So I'm like, I'm really interested. So hopefully maybe I can make some deals on that and source some more comics and things. So, but that kind of brings up to where I'm going to be selling these things. I've got to start moving some of that merchandise to make space. And I've got probably 15 short boxes right now of comics in this house, and it's taken over part of the living room. It's taken over my entire office. You've seen some videos in there before. You can see a wall of comics over there, and we've got to start moving them. So we're going to start doing some of those sales. I'm going to try and do 1 or 2 Dibdit sales a week where I'm just start moving comics, you know, starting out at $1 and see where they go. A lot of them are worth that, or, you know, and I have a lot of different ones, newer, older, you know, silver, gold, golden age, you know, it's a bunch. So we're going to start working on that. That's going to be coming along here real soon. And this week we are actually going to do video games. So Thursday night or Tuesday night and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, we're going to blow out video games. We're going to do $1 and $2 starts, $1 for singles, $2 and for bundles. And we're going to, you know, do cheap shipping. We're going to try to get it progressive so that people aren't paying a whole lot for shipping. We learned our lesson on shipping because the week that we had all of the DVD sales, the first week we didn't get hurt on shipping, but it was, you know, I probably ended up paying a little bit more than I needed to. Like we had one person that bought so much I had to ship it in 4 boxes. So I solved that problem by going and buying bigger boxes. So media mail, and it's crazy too. We had some 15-pound boxes that I thought for sure media mail would be the cheapest. It actually was Ground Advantage was cheaper. So, and by a lot in some cases. So you got to really look at those guys. I mean, don't ever think that media mail is the only way to send it. Some stuff just better to send it Ground Advantage. It just came out at a better price. But we actually did really good. We had 4 auctions for a total of 4 hours of selling. And that's not the whole time selling. You know, the first auction was a lot of learning, right? And we had to really learn, you know, how we were doing and what doing. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to know. The second one felt a little bit better. We were a little bit smoother, but we did try something, I think, on the third auction, we tried to actually just put listings up and show that. That just didn't work. It was just took forever to try to sort through it and stuff. It's a very easy system to use, but that system didn't work for us. It worked better for us to just put up a single listing and keep copying it and keep doing it, and we kept track of everything. So the fourth sale that we had was really good. We ended up doing, I think that sale, we ended up doing $370 out of that sale. We did a total of $968 in 4 sales, which for us, you know, you split that out on average, that's not too bad. 106 total orders. We're very happy with it. And that doesn't mean we had a ton of buyers. I mean, I think we only had a total of 17 total buyers, right, out of all those 106. But that's kind of the way it works over there. Once they start buying some, it's relatively inexpensive to continue to buy. So if you pay the first shipping, then after that you pay a progressive shipping. So you only pay either $1 or $2, whatever we set it at. Sometimes it's a little more because the heavier, the bigger the items, obviously we got to charge a little bit more for those additional ones. But for the games, we're going to do, on the singles, we're going to do, I think, $5.99 shipping for the first, and then $1 shipping for every single after that. And then for the bundles, it's going to be $6.99 for the first, and then $2 for shipping after that. So it's an easy way to get it. So you might be paying, $2 for a games or a bundle of games and $2 for shipping. If you're lucky or you really want them, you may not be paying that much for them. So it's a good deal. And I think that's going to be fun. We're going to give that a try. I also have some cards that I really want to give that a try, and as well as some comics. We're going to do that too. So I don't have enough time in the day to get everything done because eBay's still our bread and butter. That's where we're making our most money, and that's important because I love the idea of putting something up and then it sells, right? And so it take time, but what we're doing here is we're cleaning out our inventory of things that are slow movers. I'm going through right now and looking at everything that hasn't sold, that's been up for a year, that hasn't, just has not done anything. I'm pulling that stuff off. And if it's good, I'm putting it on Dibdit. If it's no good, it's going to Goodwill because we don't need it in the store. If it's just taking up space, it's not anything. I'd love to get down to where I have maybe between 500 and 700 items that sell continuously. If we look at our numbers from last year, I think we had 1,100 sales last year. I'm pretty sure that was about right. So we had over 1,100 sales last year, and we can just tell you real quick. That really, at any one point in time last year, I don't think we had more than 1,000 items in our inventory. We only started putting on the items in December. We started putting on a lot more items because that's when I started listing a lot of comics and things. So those are small, but yeah, 1,146 sales last year. So, the goal would be to have 500 to 600 or 700 items and do that much and just continually turn it over. It would just make life a lot easier. And then you're not listing 5,000 things. So it's really changed how we're sourcing, right? I'm looking for more opportunities to buy bigger bundles, bigger, bigger sourcing opportunities, right? The garage sales are great, and we still pick up wonderful stuff at garage sales, and we're just getting ready to start in our season, so this isn't quite there yet, but we're getting ready to start in our season. So once that kind of picks up, I think we'll get some good stuff there. But if I can find other opportunities to source where I can buy, just in bulk things, I think it's going to be a lot better. And even if I was, talking to her about the CDs and the DVDs and stuff, I might get a lot of stuff that's not great, but I don't have any problem bringing it in and trying to see if it'll sell on Shop Commons. We could put a bunch of it on there too. So we could put it there and see if it would go out as a wholesale bundle. I don't have a problem doing that. So I think that's kind of what I'm looking at. And if it's good stuff, we'll put it on DibDit, or if it's really good stuff, we'll put it on eBay. So I think it just kind of opens up the door to a whole bunch of sourcing opportunities. And we're also going to do clothes. We're going to do DibDit threads and do some clothes. And I think Sherry wants to do that. She helped out with the last, she's helped out with every auction. The last auction, she was actually on camera. And we had so much fun. I think the people on there had a lot of fun. They told us they did. So it's just, it's something we can do together, and I like it. It doesn't take a ton of time to get an auction ready. You just put everything out there and you just run the auction. So if you haven't gone to it yet, DibDit, DIBDIT.com, use BreezeFlips, and you can get $5 off your first purchase. So that's DIBDIT.com, DibDit, and use BreezeFlips. And like I said, $5 off your first purchase. And just come check it out. Even if you just want to see it, you don't have to be selling out there, but it is an option. If you're struggling on Whatnot, or you struggled on Whatnot, or tried Whatnot and it didn't work for you, it's easy to understand. Whatnot's a great platform. Don't get me wrong. I still go on Whatnot and look and see things, and sometimes occasionally buy, but it's hard to get a foothold on there. You really got to bring an audience with you. What's great about DibDit and the district network and the platform is that the audience is kind of baked in, right? So there are a bunch of people that want to support each other. There's a lot of resellers on there, a lot of sellers, but there's also now a lot of customers on there. And a lot of those customers are eBay sellers, or they sell somewhere else, and they're sourcing, they're finding stuff. So they're getting great deals, and we're making good money. So like I said, almost $1,000 in 4 auctions. I was blown away, and didn't even realize how well it was doing until it was all done. But so I'm definitely happy, and I think overall, I think it's going to be a good place, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So a lot of good people on there too. So if we take a quick look at our quarter, I always try to tell you where we're at and if we're keeping up with our goal. And again, this is only the second month in the year, so we know we have a goal. We want to be better than 30% than we did last year, but we're really shooting for 50, so we're looking at 30 to 50% increase. Right now, we're actually at 109.4% over what we did last year this quarter. So we're having actually a really good February. Can't complain. Our average sale price is still $37.38. So eBay still working for us. Mercari isn't, because I turned it off. I said that before. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, I'm debating, guys. I don't know what to do with it as far as keeping lists perfectly. I'm definitely not keeping the $100 level because I don't need it to tell me when I have a sale. Or I don't need it to delist it because I don't really have it anywhere else. The stuff that we have on Poshmark, I'm not as worried about. We can keep up with that. But, and that's mostly clothes and stuff that Sherry has. So I think that, I don't know. I think for this month, I'm going to drop it all the way down to the lowest package and just keep it one more month and see if being at that level, if that's something that works for me. I really like the software. I like supporting them. But at the same time, they're not my favorite charity, right? So I definitely want to go where I can spend my money and make more sense in doing it. And right now, I just don't see me needing it as much. So I got at least another couple days before I need to decide. And I may just drop it all together. Like I said, it's not something I really, really need. So, but that's kind of what's going on, guys. It's been, like I said, it's been a busy day. It's just shot between working at the booth and getting that done and putting out orders, and I did a whole bunch of listings today, and stuff we have to do, family wise and personal wise and all that stuff we had to do, and it's just been a long day. And then of course, I got to pack all this up tonight, which isn't that bad. It's 8 orders, won't take that long. The golf clubs, that takes a while. Those are the worst things to ship sometimes, but I've gotten enough now. I think I've got process down. So I'll put it, they actually could fit an entire set of clubs in a 4x4 by 30, 38, 40 box, somewhere around there. You put some up, put some down, and you kind of wrap them up and do a little bubble around them, and they're pretty good. So they'll fit in there, and I'll get those out. And then comics and all that other stuff, that doesn't take very long to do. Hats are easy. Sherry will come in and ship those real quick, and some of these other stuff, so we can kind of get those done. But yeah, it's going to be a busy week though. 2 auctions, again, Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m., dibdit.com, dibdit.com. Breeze Flips, come see us. Please come out and check us out. Just even if you want to just come see what the auctions look like. We're a little goofy live, and again, it's you know, it's just the way, you know, it works really well, guys. It's a fun time, and I think everybody has an enjoyable time, and you get some good deals. And I buy a lot of stuff on Dibdit. I source a lot of stuff on Dibdit. Some stuff I source for eBay, and some stuff I'll source for the shop. So it's a great way to find good products. So, but that's what's going on. I think it's going to be a good week. I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a safe week, and keep plugging away at it. And if you got any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask. I'd love to help anybody. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest, you know, person in the world from eBay, but I do know my way around it, and I'm getting better at it. And again, I'm still going to get some time. We're going to show you some tools and do something a little bit more hands-on to kind of show you guys, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff people could do that would make their business flow a lot better. So anyway, take care. Have a great week. I'm David Beckham, BreezeFlippers. We'll see you.